All right, welcome everyone to our September Mastery Monday. We are going to connect into what's taken place with crystallizing our creator embodiment today. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for taking time out of your life, your day to be here. So we will begin with our opening, grounding, unifying meditation. We'll talk a little bit, we'll go into meditation, and we'll share afterwards. So let's take a deep breath in. Let's take a deep breath in and welcome ourselves here, giving yourself a moment of presence, a moment of acknowledgement, a moment with your breath. Say hello to you, to your body, to your space, to your soul. Just taking some deep breaths in. And as you breathe in, just notice your body. Maybe you want to move a little bit. Maybe there's some space within the body that just is asking for more connection, more breath. We've been moving through a lot lately, so just allowing your presence to fill with oxygen. So if you wish to, just taking a real deep breath, allowing as much breath into your belly as possible. And as you're really allowing that breath to fill your belly, you let it rise up into your lungs as your belly is full, and then just holding here at the top for a moment of your breath. And then releasing, exhaling from the lungs and the belly. And then doing this at your own pace, really filling the belly, breathing it up into your lungs, pausing at the top of your breath, exhaling through the lungs, out the belly, and just letting yourself have these full, deep breaths. So your attention and awareness comes more into your body and lets and allows more space to open and expand through your body. And as we're doing this, we're going to welcome, I'm seeing a beautiful iridescent light of multiple soft colors coming in around us to allow the nurturing and the soothing of all the energies of the body, of the mind, the emotions, holding us in a loving, nurturing, connective space with ourselves, with each other, in pure heart, pure body, pure mind, pure self. Welcoming yourself here from all that may have taken place before this moment, just asking for any cords, any energies, any thoughts, any emotions, just to move out and through your body and energy body, going to where they need to go to be in harmony with you now. And then asking for any and all cords to be released from the body, the mind, the energy body, to anything that's to come after this moment together, so that your full awareness is here and now. Continuing to breathe and allowing your breath to be at any pace that feels comfortable for you. Acknowledging your whole body. As you're breathing, if you can, just focusing and allowing yourself to feel the whole body as your body expands open with your breath. Feeling your feet, legs, bum and your hips and your belly, whole mid and upper torso, your arms and your hands, your neck, your whole head, the front, the back, and the top. Inhaling all the way up, and then on your exhale, just asking for a nice white light to flow down from the top of your head all the way through the center channel of your body, down through your root, all the way down into the center of the pure crystalline heart, this beautiful earth, to ground our energies, to connect in with the living consciousness of life below us and around us, letting our energies settle down through our hips, our feet, the earth. Quieting the body, quieting the mind. Your next inhale, breathing up from the center of the earth, all the way up through the body, all the way up through the top of the head. Just intending that this light is source light flowing up through the sun, central sun source. Letting the whole of our being present here and then flowing down around the outsides of our energy body, just intending that this light, this energy, is bringing a wholeness of our energy around our bodies, and then flowing down through the center of the earth and back up through the center of the body. And just letting the body feel this flow and rotation of energy, to be grounded, connected, centered to our bodies and to our space. Breathing through the heart, welcoming the wisdom of our soul, the wisdom of ourself that is ever present to expand through our awareness, our bodies. And then welcoming in the pure field of everyone here, the soul of everyone, the higher self and body here, and everyone in this space. That all our energies converge in the pure heart center of our circle here. I'm just seeing a golden light in the center of our circle. And in this center ball of golden light, if you wish to, just placing an intention, just welcoming the union of our selves here in this circle. Welcoming clarity through the mind, through the body, through the heart. That all that is received here is received here. Pure energy, pure wisdom, pure receiving, pure embodiment. Thank you. And just welcoming yourself into your space, to your body. And if you wish to, you can just open your eyes, or you can keep your eyes closed as we share a bit, just welcoming yourself to the space. Wow, thank you. Beautiful. Really felt a lot of the cohesive energy of all of us together here. I like it. We have 22 folks on Zoom. Powerful number to ground into. And just welcoming you at any time to write anything in chat, or write anything in comments on Facebook of what you're receiving, or any questions. Or wow, we've been moving through a lot, haven't we? And there's been quite an expansive contraction going on, if that makes sense. A squeeze of energy to allow us to expand and have a greater field of connection and awareness to ourselves. And it's been quite a ride. over the past few months, and especially over the past few days, just more of an intensity coming through, especially through the full moon, where this energy I feel is crystallizing into the body. So I'm really curious of what you might be experiencing physically, because I've been noticing a lot of people having physical symptoms showing up more intensely, and also feeling sometimes more contracted into the body. Because a lot of times, as we're crystallizing these energies, as we're crystallizing more of our awareness, as more of that consciousness of ourselves, of our truth is coming alive, a lot of times it can feel lighter, and a lot of times it can feel more dense because we're actually coming more into the body. So as the more we come into the body, for a while it can feel like the whole structure of the body, as it's coming into harmony with what is coming in, can feel like we're more dense, and then that can bring up more experiences of those physical symptoms happening. And I've just been noticing that. And so what I'm noticing is why I called it crystallizing our creator embodiment, is because that's what's happening, right? We're, as it's 11:44 here in Central Time, we are really welcoming this expansive unification through the whole field of our omniversal experience. And so we might want to call it timelines, we might want to call it our soul embodiments and different experiences, we might call it our star families, we might call it whatever we want to, whatever we may be perceiving or seeing. I'm noticing more and more of this unification even through our star families. And as I mentioned some time ago in an email, even in the central sun of our omniverse, like all of the consciousnesses of all the multiplicity of expressions through the universe are saying yes to coming and unifying as one mind right now, as one consciousness. And these are the what we might call the higher aspects of these expressions. And so we are, as we are those master beings in different incarnations and different experiences, it's going to feel like an intensive pressure on our bodies, on our awareness, on our experience, because of how much energy is wanting to flow through this planet and is wanting to flow through our bodies. And so it's not always easy for the body to be able to flow that level of frequency, that level of consciousness, that level of awareness, even though at the core of every cell there is this unification and spark. So it's really just us becoming more conscious of what wants to be embodied right now and what wants to be released through that, right? So it's just like wringing out a rag. It's like, okay, we're cleaning it out. And as we're cleaning it out, we're going to squeeze out, all the stuff that we just washed up, that's washing up. And it's going to be different for all of us, but all of our behavior patterns, I'm just really curious for those of you who are noticing this. Like, are you noticing that it's easier to shift behavior patterns? Like, whoa, all of a sudden you're doing different things and it feels natural and it feels good. And you're like, oh, that's fun, or that's easeful. Or it may be like, oh, we're hitting a wall, because something keeps showing up. And we're trying to figure out how to navigate that. And for me, I'm just noticing, I'm just making, different decisions. And I feel okay with stuff that I didn't feel okay with before. If it's going out with friends and having a few drinks and like, spending more money than I thought I would in a night going out, because I'm like, oh, now I'm like, oh, that was a blast. Who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. and not having, any conception or like ideas of what I should or shouldn't be doing. It's like, oh, that was in the flow and it felt so wonderful. And I feel so free in this moment, and that's what we're coming into, is how free can we feel in the moment? How willing are we willing to be to feel free in whatever we're experiencing in the moment, right? Whatever it is, whatever it is. So I noticed also we're digesting a lot of information. So who here may be experiencing digestive stuff happening? You know, stuff that maybe we're feeling contracted or dense in our abdomens, our guts, or maybe, you know, we want to eat less, maybe we're more hungry, maybe like for me, it's like, maybe it's TMI, but how many times can I go to the bathroom in a day, even though I'm not eating very much? You know, it's like my body doesn't want to hold on to anything. It's just like clear it out, clear it out, clear it out. You know, there's nothing to be held anymore, nothing to be held on to anymore, right? What is there to hold on to? And that's the question we can ask. What is there to hold on to? Nothing, right? And this whole ego deconstruction that's happening is also, you know, we're seeing it in the world as stuff is happening, and this whole world seems to be dismantling in so many ways. Let it. Let's not hold on to any ideas of, you know, poor earth or poor people or poor this, whatever. It's got to happen wherever it's happening, and we can just let that stream of consciousness, let that stream of energy that's moving through right now do what it needs to do without holding on. And whatever is showing up for us, go, oh, okay. Like the other day I had this whole thing show up. It was like, I'm not worthy of love, I'm not worthy to be doing this, I'm not worthy to have this, I'm not, what's happening? Like I just want to tell everyone to F off, and I want to cry, you know. It's okay, let it out, let it through, you know. And so it's powerful because, you know, as we're digesting a lot right now, you know, what I'm noticing too is you know, that idea of the survival mode. We're really shifting that whole clamping and holding of survival, you know, and really being able to optimize right now what it feels to be free, so that we're in that complete generative energy together as a whole unified powerful body of the heart, the mind, the soul, as one system, one flow. And so with that, there's a lot of contraction with the power struggles, right? Which is also the digestive and that gut brain process of, oh gosh, how do I manage all this? How do I deal with all this? You know, how do I stay in equilibrium? How do I, you know, manage my relationships or whatever it is through that lens of survival or victim, rather, instead of going, okay, wait, it's just information. How can I digest all of this? And one of the things that I find powerful, and maybe you do too in some ways, is the deep breaths, but also talking. Because if we talk to our bodies, we're also talking to the bacteria in our bodies, which is a major intelligence on this planet, you know, and within our bodies. And we're more bacteria and space than we are physicality and what we think, you know, our physical body is. And so talking to that intelligence that has been a part of recreating that program from our gut to our brain and then through the rest of the body, right? So it is coming into those conversations right now with ourselves as we're recognizing we're the creator. So as we're recognizing we're the creator, what are we going to do? We're going to talk to this physical body. We're going to give this physical body what it really wants and what it really needs. And so we're programming the life that is sustaining and constantly digesting this body, constantly generating the body, right? What do we want this body to be able to sustain, to be able to hold, to be able to flow, to be able to be? So let's program it. Let's talk to it. Let's take care of it. Let's be gentle with it, especially in those deep squeeze moments, right? Because it's fascinating to think, you know, about our behavior patterns and our minds and our thoughts and our emotions. And as we have maybe repetitively been in them, that everything that this body is made up of those patterns as well. right? And that's the power of the generative body, constantly digesting itself and reproducing new cells. We can reproduce the new patterns constantly by talking to our bodies and affirming to our bodies and affirming to ourself. And that is our consciousness. That is our consciousness creator embodiment. And we're crystallizing that right now through this frequency of what's happening through the planet and what's happening through our whole field. So it's just really recognizing, where can I come into compassion with myself right now? Where can I come into compassion with the world? Where can I come into even just a sense of love and connection to what's happening right now through this experience? And so it's powerful. It's a powerful place. Maybe we need to slow down, maybe we need to speed up, whatever it is. So yeah, stars, you're really sick this weekend. I'm grateful. Seldom ill. Yeah. So hope you're feeling better. Yeah, exactly. The compression makes the diamond. I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and which you'll be hearing on the Unity Consciousness event. And we were talking about how it feels like it's the hydraulic press coming down. And as she was saying that, I just saw like this burst of diamonds just flying out from underneath that press, because that's it. As we go in through these places of pressure, that pressure is, in the heat is what creates our strength. What creates the beautiful embodiment of who we are. And so remembering these times as what is creating more awareness, what's creating more consciousness, what's creating more embodiment, what's creating the clarity, right? It's really creating the clarity. Yeah. So yeah, the neck, shoulders. Yeah, I have to say, the past few days, it was a really active weekend for me. And I actually thought I was going to be having a weekend of stillness and quiet and chill. And it turned into a busier weekend of engagement with people and stuff that I just had no idea was going to happen, and it was perfect. And at the same time, it was like, whoa, in my body right now is like, I woke up and it was like, whew, the past couple of days, like, wow, there's a lot of energy moving through, just through what's happening, and feeling a lot of tenseness in my neck and my shoulders as well. So it's just like going, okay, let's sweat, let's move, let's get this energy going. So yeah, digestive and womb. Yeah, the creator energy right now through the womb is big right now, especially as the masculine is coming alive as well. There's a lot of healing through the masculine field right now. The masculine choosing to go, okay, wait, I can nurture, I can love. And I'm seeing it in so many ways within ourselves, as those old structures of the masculine are dissolving and recognizing, and the feminine too, right? So we don't want, so what I caution is that whole idea of, oh, the masculine has to shift, the feminine has to rise. It's like, no, let's come together. We're coming together. We both need to rise together, right? We're not shifting power dynamics here. We're in the masculine, feminine, we're unifying and coming alive in that space. And so let's nurture the masculine, let's love the masculine, and also love our feminine. Love those parts of ourselves that are super strong, that are super fierce, that are super loving, that are super nurturing, that can sustain a lot of energy, that can just move through and birth an incredible amount, right? And welcome that structure, welcome that support, welcome that space of the masculine within that can say, yeah, okay, here's all the structure and space for you to do that in, and I'm here for you, right? And that's all within us. And however it's showing up in our external reality, let's have compassion, right? Let's have compassion, because we're all balancing that out. Yeah. Well, it's fascinating, because what I'm noticing with the neck and the shoulders right now is the spine, right? And how a lot of times, and the vagus nerve, however you pronounce it, is is as our nerve system is trying to deal with all this frequency, we can have a lot of contraction a lot of times in the spine, and how that kind of can come up into the neck and the shoulders and our hips. So a lot of times, if you're noticing that tightness in the neck and the shoulders, tend to the hips, tend to the psoas, tend to the glutes, tend to that area of the body, because that creator center where we're getting that compaction right now of that power wanting to move up, open that, breathe into that, stretch that, go into that, as someone else said earlier, the womb space, right? Go into that creator energy space where it just wants to open, it wants to breathe, so that all of this can flow and all of this can then relax and open as well. So it's a powerful time. It's a powerful time. So that connection to self, it's where we're at. That's where we're at in this clarity. So I'd like to support us right now in going into a gentle meditation to where we can just give ourselves some of that love, some of that energy, some of that openness, some of that connection, and let the parts of ourselves that are opening up, welcoming that, welcoming more and more of what's coming alive for us through the fields. And yeah, there's just a piece coming through where there's a lot moving through the land right now. And what I'm seeing happening in the living consciousness of Earth right now is a lot of old held grief from a lot of these old patterns that have been, trapped within the consciousness of the planet, and releasing. And so just giving space for that. If you're feeling that in your body, if you're feeling that in your experience, just recognizing, oh, it's just moving through. There's just a massive release of what we've been holding on to for so long, and what the earth has endured as well. And it's just shaken up. It's shaken up as the magnetism, because what's happening is, as this pole is shifting of the planet, as the magnetism, and we talk about this a lot, as the magnetism is shifting, that's the whole axis, the whole axis of our body, right? Our cellular structures, our fluids, everything is learning to move in a different frequency, is learning to move in a different way as we're orbiting, right? We're also a part of that orbit of how, in which direction we are orienting to, as far as this physical conception of reality is. And so the more we orient our inner compass to our soul and to our harmony, our body, our fluids, our cells, everything can, integrate into this as well. So yeah, let's see where we go into meditation here. Human design people are saying that the body will get a new sacral energy system in the year 2027. Yeah, absolutely. It has everything to do with its new energy. Because when we think about it, something that I've, said often is that, when I first started this in 2013, I was shown a lot of the new templates that would be happening over, several years of this transition. And one of them is, we're not segmented anymore into the chakra system, right? We don't have those. We're just one light body, right? And that's what we're going through. We're going through the release of all these segmented, separated systems within our minds, within our emotions, within our bodies, within this living consciousness of reality with source. And then henceforth, all of those things within, the energy bodies and the physical body. And this new sacral energy is a new way of reproducing, is a new way of moving with our creator energy, to where there is no separation anymore. We've gone through these phases of what's the law of attraction, what's the law of magnetism, what's the law of manifesting, right? What is all of that? the clearer we get, as many of you have experienced, is manifestation will just happen, right? It's boom, 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 and that's that sacral energy of creative force. That's where our power lies as it comes up from the root and comes up from the planet and it comes down. That is going to be the sacral energy, is going to be one fluid flow of source creative. And we're going to be shifting a lot. We're going to be shifting. So just take it easy on ourselves. And one of the things is just taking the pressure off of ourselves, as always, to have to be something, or to have to get it right, or to have to move through these energy systems, or to have to know what's happening. It's just like, where we are is perfect. How we are is perfect. And we're just in flow. We're just in the flow of it. And how it's going to happen for each one of us is going to be so vastly different because of how beautifully unique each one of us is in our expression of source. So yeah, thank you, Ing, for being in here, and enjoy it. Yeah, it feels so nice to have space to be gentle and slow and kind with myself. Yeah, absolutely. Isn't it? It's nice to have those moments and to have more and more of them. So let's do that. Let's go into meditation. And feel this space that's opening up for us. So let's take a deep breath in. And as you take a deep breath in, just notice maybe what's present for you as you listened, as you felt, as you heard, as you took something in, or something showed up for you within your own mind, your own heart. I'm going to take a moment here and just say yes to ourselves. Say yes to this body. Say yes to life. Say yes to this experience that we're in this body, in this time, in this space, in this reality, this moment. Yes to our soul, yes to Creator. And as we're breathing into that yes, let's welcome that yes to dissolve into the heart. It's just pure being, without the duality of yes and no, just pure being. Just pureness, pure experience. As we breathe into the heart, we're going to welcome a nice light into the heart. You can welcome a white light, a golden light, or any light that comes forward for you. It feels aligned to allow this representation of your embodiment of being. Being. I'm going to welcome beautiful rose gold light around the body to soften, nurture, bring an essence of pure love around the body, source energy, around your energy body, around your body, for each one of you to be held in this light. To feel the suspension of everything that may feel dense or heavy or contracted. That we welcome a lightness, a freedom, a liberation of energy through our breath. That every inhale we take brings in a lightness, to the body, to the mind, to the emotion. Good. Yeah. And every exhale out, there is a sensation of freedom, sensation of lightness, sensation of expansion, permission to just be, surrender into this space, this moment. With each breath, affirming to yourself, you are source, you are whole, you are your soul, you are true to yourself, to this life, in every moment, in its perfection of every moment. Just seeing that release of the program of duality, right, wrong, good, bad, judgment, freeing that from the solar plexus, from the sacral, from the mind, from the heart, able to flow. Welcoming the awareness that each moment is a free moment. Of perfection, to gain information, to gain awareness, to gain healing, to be. Seeing a lot of energy moving from the spine and the back, of any burdens, any pressures. Allowing the spinal fluid in the spine to be more flexible and flowing. Allowing this life-giving fluid to flow up through the neck and around the shoulders and up into the brain, welcoming the mind to slow, and all the neurotransmitters to come into union with the pineal gland, to flow. Beautiful source, wisdom of your soul in this moment. Just taking a moment here to breathe with that. And in this moment, just allowing this energy to tend to any parts of the body, just letting it flow, intending it to go anywhere inside the body or the energy body, or any thoughts or any experiences that have been feeling challenging lately, just to allow that energy to soften or transmute, dissolve any energies that are being held, and transmute it into the pure light. So anything that you're feeling is welcoming a gold light. And if you wish to, you can send it to somewhere within the body, or you can hold that gold light outside of your body. And just flow, just surrender it all up into that golden light. Thoughts, any beliefs, any patterns, any holding of energy. Or you can just visualize the tension that may be being held in a part of the body, just flowing out. Yeah, good. Yeah, well done. So much moving here. Good. Just letting it flow out, letting it move. Letting that golden ball of light transmute into the perfect light and harmony and frequency of you that is going to support you in all that is taking shape in your life and your experience right now. And as it's transmuting to this perfect frequency for your body, for your energy body, for your whole being, just welcoming it back in, just breathing that light in and through the body, that every cell of the body is receiving this attunement of your soul embodiment, of your creator self in perfect harmony, who you are at its highest in this moment now. And every cell in its crystalline intelligence. Yeah. Structuring, arranging all the frequency and energy of every atom, every cell, every fluid, every organ, every bone, every hair, every fiber, every nerve. You're saying yes to your pure creator self. Every bacteria of the body is harmonizing with all the functions of the body, all the DNA. Good. And that everything else is just gently sloughing off right now that's available, shedding all the elements of the body, coming into the highest expression of all the elements of earth, the unification of all consciousness in this moment. And if you wish to, placing a hand on your abdomen, one on your abdomen, maybe one on your heart, just welcoming in the full capacity to digest your experiences, to digest your wisdom, your knowledge, your intuition, your knowing, your soul, your source on every level in this moment. You're just saying yes to life. You're saying yes to you. You're saying yes to this body. And allowing all the qualities of yourself that you wish to just enhance a connection to, an embodiment of. Just telling the body and the mind and the heart and all the emotions, it's okay. 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 Just breathing and feeling that breath, extending your belly with your hand, just letting it go up into your lungs again, feeling your hand expand with your heart. Welcoming in pure heart, pure love, pure nurturing, welcoming the harmonization of the divine union within, of the masculine, of the feminine, the divine child, to be in pure innocence of self, to be in this moment of recognizing our pure experience as creator, as source, that we can be playful and curious, as well as structured and grounded, fortified in our foundation, and strong in our form of manifesting and intuiting and loving, mothering, fathering, childing, everything as the divine union within the body, the mind, the heart, the soul. And I'm seeing to just extend this through all incarnations of ourselves, of this soul, is all the wisdom of all our incarnations on every level, past, present, future, of the now, of source. Just is. and allows us to recognize the beauty of our uniqueness, recognizing the beauty of all that has become before this moment and all that will come after this moment. Yeah, and any sorrow, any grief, any anger, any just seeing the survival mode, victim trauma, energy program released from the body even more through this creator power. That we welcome any softness, compassion, forgiveness, any parts of ourselves, anybody else. Yeah, good. Ooh, a lot moving there. Ooh. And any entities, any energy, space around us that are tied to any of these experiences, they all are absorbed in love. Turn to source. And then any fragments of our souls come together, welcoming a further unification on any level that's necessary in their right now. Oh. Deep breath through the heart. Just taking a moment in stillness here to allow anything to continue. Just be in a space of integration and stillness. Deep breath in. Acknowledging your body again, acknowledging yourself, acknowledging the wisdom of every cell of the body, of every part of the energy body, all that you are, all that you're cultivating, all that you have cultivated within you. Let's celebrate that, honor that in this moment, the gratitude for all that has shifted in your life, within your experience. And also giving gratitude for what's taking shape now. All that's surfacing, all that's coming alive. Welcoming the magnificence of yourself, welcoming the magnificence of the unknown, what is happening. That we welcome the greatest potential and outcome for our life, for our bodies, for this earth, for each other. That through orienting ourselves always to this inner part of ourselves that's doing all of this, that is creating all of this, that is moving through all of this, that we step into the neutrality, we step into the inner being of ourselves, to acknowledge, to accept, to become aware, to awaken, to embody in every moment. the remembering of our soul, this creator self that we are. And opening into the passion of ourselves, the joy of ourselves, the contentment, the strong, stable, fortified, rooted, grounded structure of our bodies, of our beings, that is capable and able, the intelligence and wisdom, the mind, the power and strength of our hearts, the purity of our soul as one. Breath with that. Giving permission and surrender of the self and each contraction, each expansion, each breath in and out as a part of the infinite union of all experience, of all self. That all intentions, affirmations, experiences that we created in the beginning have either become pure form and manifest in the fullest potential and possibility. And also, if you wish, creating just a sensation within the body or a word or an image, an affirmation that really allows you in any moment to come into, that supports the remembrance of this union, of this space, of this knowing. That is free from any burden, free from any imbalance, free from any attachment, free from any discomfort. That's beautiful. Taking a deep breath with that, into the body, into the heart. Starting to notice the sensations in the body, the space around you. And as we do this, we ask for the resonance of all parts of our lives with this energy, with this knowing, with this embodiment. All the physical objects around us, all our relationships, our jobs, our cars, earth, each other, her friends, children, family, everything that we are in this life comes into pure resonance with this union, this crystallized creator embodiment self now. Integrating and harmonizing. Taking a deep breath in the heart again and allowing the energy to ground down through the body, through earth, as earth is also celebrating through this living consciousness, through all of this, as we send this energy through every portal of land that we're on, through the crystalline grid of this planet, as the nerve system of this planet says yes to life itself and harmony of all existence in all time, space, dimension. All life itself. Through source, through the omniverse. Yeah, beautiful. Starting to welcome yourself to the space around you. light, your temperature, allowing yourself to move your body if you need to. Yeah, thank you, Phil. Heart feels lighter and brighter. Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah. Welcoming yourself to the space around you, doing whatever feels good to allow your body to be present. We'll just take a few moments here to, if anyone wishes to come on and share with your voice or share in chat anything you experienced or any questions you have or any support you feel you need. You can either raise your hand in participants, see your name and you can raise hand, or you can look in chat depending on if you're on your laptop, computer, or phone. Go on chat and see your name and raise your hand. And I'm also going to switch this to gallery so I can see you. If you want to just raise your hand on your screen, if you want to share anything that you experienced, or yeah, there was a lot that moved through that. Saw a lot of the old shift, a lot of shedding, a lot of opening, and just so much that the body's been holding right now. Shifting. Yeah, Savannah, you want to come on and share? Or are you just putting your hand up? I'm not sure. I wasn't sure what that was.
I was just waiting. I just don't know what I did. Yes, certainly a lot of shifts. It went very deep. I kind of zone out. It's like consciousness go away and I'm just zoning out. But I didn't do that. I just had mini zones out, like just a minute. So like I miss half a sentence. It's really interesting. And it's dive deep and come out, and dive deep and come out again. So yeah, lots of shifts, and I usually get physical sensation when I can feel a lot of shifting. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take the yeah. All right.
All
y'all say yeah.
Stuff will happen, I'm sure, after this. That was really deep. It was really deep. What I noticed before, I think I said that in the chat, I have incredible dreams that change things that I didn't even know that could change. Like I had a dream about my parents' history that was very dark and heavy. And in my dream, it's almost, hey, look, it could have gone this way. And I got a very light version, and where their business was successful. And it was just like, wow, I would never considered that. I think I stick to this version now when I think of them. It's so much better than what was.
Wow.
And I'm sure in some parallel universe, their business was successful and they were actually happy. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not a part of my life anymore. It's past, but it was so heavy always to think of that. And it just gave me an option. Like, if you want the heavy version, you can have this if you like. So, okay, I'll take this.
Beautiful. That's so gorgeous. Really shows the creator that we are, right? Like, oh, what version am I going to embody? What version am I going to step into? What version am I saying yes to? What version of this experience? And then the incredible rearranging of reality, of our minds, of our energy that takes place with that. Powerful. Thank you for sharing that, Savannah. Yeah,
I do in tiny glimpses feel that reality is much more pliable than we think, or we literally think it is.
It's interesting of, the old version of hard and fast, everything's Everything's
Mm.
just what it is, and nothing can change. The brain can't change. Everything, you're programmed by the time you're age 5, and then that's it. You're done, and it's like, and no. Like, yeah, just like, let's step into that. We are creator. We are creator.
Mm.
Everything is malleable. Everything is mutable. Everything is possible. And so it's that constant remembering and, reaffirming to ourselves, and being patient and trusting, right? Because that's where we can get into that also that holding where, well, I've been working on this manifesting and it's not happening, or it's not, whatever it is. And it's going, okay, just
Mm.
sometimes there's just more that needs to arrange itself,
Yeah.
in the structure and the fabric of reality. Some things happen very streamlined. Some things,
Mm.
there's, it's like building, a tiny little structure compared to, the mansion, the temple, or the skyscraper, or a whole nother universe, right? And like, that's what we're doing. We're creating a whole
Mm.
nother
Mm.
planet, and this is a whole nother universe in and of itself. So it's like, let's just open
Mm.
to the and I've been noticing that too. I'm really curious of anyone else too, like Savannah. Thank you for sharing that. My dreams this past week have been so vivid. And even some of you have been in my dreams, just in the background. I've been noticing people in my life, just in the background, not necessarily interacting. I'm just noticing, oh, there's that, and I wake up, I'm like, wow, that's interesting. The weaving, that we're doing in dream time right now is really powerful. So yeah. So, Kristen, can feel how the shift in magnetics is affecting my body in terms of sometimes of wobbliness or balance. Yeah, that can happen for sure. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. It's interesting because I've noticed that as I've walked around, like, especially when I'm walking around corners, like in the house or something, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm tipping off to one side or the other. And I'm like, huh, like, did the earth just, is like is my axis shifting? Is the earth shift? Like, nope, it's just orienting to a new flow. Yeah. Yeah. So Lisa's saying that too. I've been experiencing times of wobbles or off balance. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Just with these different frequencies, it's challenging sometimes for the body to maintain that inner center. And so it's just breathing and going, okay, where's my center right now? All right, where's my center right now? Feeling the feet on the ground, going, okay, where's the center of the earth right now? Where's that axis right now? Orienting. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Kristen. Everyone, frankly, I don't want to come back. You don't have to. Stay where you are. Let that energy flow and keep. It's fascinating. Yeah, because it's recognizing that living consciousness as the meditation. We're flowing from that space into this space, right? Holding it all, being it all. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate you being here. Yeah. Yeah, I really noticed a lot shifting, especially with the spine, especially with the gut, and especially with that space where we were moving into in the beginning. Just that saying yes to the self. Just saying that yes to the self, just like I just saw so much just open, because so much we're in our heads and our life experiences, and we're like, feel like we go in against things or in opposition to maybe the experience we're having. It's just like, if we can just sit in everything and just say, okay, yes to everything, yes to okay, everything, it just is, how much that can just so quickly settle the energy, so quickly settle the energy. Yeah. Also shifts in sleep, awake during the night and early hours. Yeah, it was really interesting because it was really quite interesting. I slept this weekend, and then last night I was up till I think 1 in the morning, and up at like 7:40, and I was like, okay, we're rolling on, less sleep. We're rolling on what it is, and it's okay. It's just there's a lot moving through. And when there's a lot moving through, sometimes we need to be awake for it for whatever reason rather than sleeping. So yeah, anybody else like to share? Raise your hand, or if not, we will unmute yourself. I'm not seeing chat show up in Facebook, so I don't know if that's a technology thing or just no one's sharing. So if you shared in Facebook, I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry about that. Anybody else? No? We good? Okay. So yeah, just with this, just keep the best you can breathing, noticing, acknowledging, welcoming it as something that's supportive, welcoming whatever's happening as something supportive or expanding, or that creator part of the self that's happening right now, and feel to the depth of the experience, of thoughts that are coming up or the emotions. Give yourself permission to go into those deep dives, right? So that whatever's there, because for myself, I notice that whenever I do that, it shifts much quicker than when I'm like, I don't want to talk to that part of myself. I don't want to share in that part of myself. Yeah, thank you for being here, Rhonda. Beautiful start to my day. Blessings, golden love to you too. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, give yourself that permission. So let's take a deep breath and just acknowledge everything that came through for us today, all that we're receiving, doing, and creating, and being, and opening to, and shifting, and transforming, remembering, embodying. But it's all one beautiful gift of life. And we're saying yes to it all in this moment. We're saying, opening to the fullness of ourselves, to the fullness of our being, to the fullness of this experience of life. Thank you so much for being here, just settling in to the body and your day. Just thank you so much for being here, just letting all of our individual energies being in their own bodies, in their own space right now. Pure awareness, pure love. And yeah, just for those of you, I was going to announce this in the beginning, but then energy just took and went right into it. I've been working on and creating the second Unity Consciousness event. It's going to be fabulous, bringing together of 13 wonderful people that I love and have connection with, to just speak and share about cultivating deep presence and embodying pure love in this time, in this moment. And I'm so excited that half of them, or over half of them, are going to be having live conversations. So you get to come on and ask questions or be part of the experience rather than just listening to a pre-recorded conversation. So that starts September 18th. And yeah, I'm just really excited. I'll put that link in the replay so you can join if you wish to have that experience with us. And yeah, I'm also open for one-on-one sessions if anyone wants support. That will be in the link in the replay email as well. So I'm just so grateful for all of you at this time showing up for yourselves and showing up for all of us here, because it is a co-creative experience and such. And when we get together, it really supports the expansion of this experience, and the support of the foundation, that inner embodiment that's happening, just to be in communion together. So thank you. Appreciate you all. And I'll send this replay out later today so you can have it again and listen to it as many times as needed. And I'm always curious of your experiences. So if you wish to email me and let me know what took place too, if you didn't share on here, that's fine too. So I love you all. Have a wonderful, beautiful day, whatever you create. And we'll be together soon. Love you all. If you want to unmute yourself to say your salutations. Yeah, and Sarah, yes, feeling that went really deep, started drifting off. It was so beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Sarah. Wonderful. Thank you. Nice to see you, Kristen. Yeah. And yeah, Tara, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Yeah. And the gift links will be if you wish to the gift. And thank you for those who have. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye. Great.
Thank you. Bye.
Love you all.
Love you
Bye.
all.